All right, I'm here with Ricki Gilmore for Jimmy Talk this week, our suspension tech. We've done a mechanic, we've done riders, we got the suspension tech now. This is such a crucial part of the job because what do we hear from riders? My suspension wasn't working out there properly. This is happening. Well, it's 2 clicks here. Ricki, what's something that you go through trying to get these guys set up?
Basically, just make sure they got good balance with the bike. So first practice we'll start, and usually I'll just say like, how's the balance of the bike? Front low, rear high, how's cornering, and then from there, then get into things like hand feel and traction, but all of it, like basically just get them confident on the balance of the bike.
Now, Ricki, I know you personally. You are a rider yourself, and you're a very good rider yourself. So I'm gonna big him up a little bit here.
50 rider.
50 rider, yeah. I've seen him ride 50s too. But for you, like learning how to be a suspension tech and getting that level, what are some of the stuffs that you picked up over the year after being a rider, then being a mechanic, then moving over to kind of the suspension tech side?
Just like you're saying, when I rode myself and I was doing my own suspension and kind of what works and what doesn't work, you learn really quick, especially when you're trying to learn Supercross and doing suspension at the same time. You kind of learn pretty quick. Yeah. Some big accidents, but and I've had a lot of good people teach me over the years from Australia. A lot of friends that were older pros that were doing their own suspension, like from Mickey Cook to Peter Melton, guys like that in Australia were helping me, and then guys like Reardon too. Like he always had really good feel, and you know we grew up like racing together as friends, so. He was always, working for him too, it was always easy to tell me what he wanted. So it's really good when you have that relationship with the riders, like especially these guys here, like Trey and Justin at the moment. It's really good, being able to get along with them and get the information out of them. Justin, on some days, he's hard to get the information out of because he's, like, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty good, because like I said, I ride myself and I can kind of decipher what they need. Yeah, sometimes it's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. Obviously Eli Tomac, he was coming out on fire those first 2 rounds. Yeah. And, I know you don't want to put a feather in your cap, but I think, one thing he said over and over was, my suspension setup is so dialed, and he wasn't even switching in between races. We're talking about going to Hangtown, to Glen Helen, all these different tracks. That has to contribute to a lot of hard work that you guys put in the off season. Yeah,
I can't take the credit for that at all. That's definitely the team, and John Yamada from KYB been really good. And Eli just knew exactly what he wanted to. He's had a lot of really good suspension guys working for him at Factory Connection, and he kind of nitpick what he wants from this and that. So he's really dialed in on what he wants, and he's not scared to tell you what he wants either if it's not good on the day or when we're testing. And he gets frustrated really easy, but he knows what he wants, and that's, you saw what happened when he actually gets what he wants at Hangtown.
For sure. Your riders obviously right now, Justin Bogle, Trey Kennard, injured Eli Tomac. Between all the guys you're working with, let's narrow it down a little bit. Who's the pickiest and who's the easiest to kind of put those settings on at this pro level?
The easiest is Trey, because he's such a nice guy and he's really calm and mellow. The pickiest would be Eli for sure, because he knows what he wants. He knows how fast he wants to go. And if you can't give him that, the pressure's really on. So, and like his dad, John, he's really good at keeping Eli calm sometimes, but Eli knows what he wants, so you better come up with the goods.
And that's another thing. These riders, they're so confident in their ability. A lot of sometimes there's got to be times when you think that the setting, man, that it looks good, and maybe the rider might just be having an off day. How hard is it to change that setting when sometimes you think it may be going in the wrong way, but the rider wants you to do it anyways?
Yeah, you have to give them what they want sometimes, even though it might be wrong, but they need to go down that road to feel it and go, okay, I made a mistake, and come back, because you can't restrict them from what they want sometimes. If it's a comfort level, even if it's not what you agree with, and it's a comfort level thereafter, like so much of this is mental, so you have to give them what they want sometimes, even though you don't exactly agree with it, but confidence is key. And they will, like a lot of guys that I've worked for will admit, like, okay, that was the wrong way, let's go back. And
last hard question, and you don't have to be completely honest. Have you ever gave the rider the old placebo effect? Told them you put something in there, McKeppin, and then seen them say, oh, that was better?
No, I've never done that. You can get caught with your pants down for sure on that one.
Oh,
no,
for
I've never
sure.
done that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ricki, for having us in.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy Talk this week. Caught up with the Australian Ricki Gilmore. We'll see you next week.